All right, guys, quick video just for an update video. I saw this news 2 days ago in the afternoon. Started working on a larger video because of it, of the entire breakdown of the roster, free agents, all that. I'm going to get that out this weekend, but it's delaying me too much, so I just got to get you this news. Yes, the Bears have signed 2 more players to their future reserve contracts. There is no limit to how many future reserve contracts you can take, as long as you don't go over the 90-man roster when it comes time for the 90-man roster in the new league year. So the Bears have signed 2 more. As you see here in the middle, we've signed defensive back Alex Cook, who's a safety, and offensive lineman Joshua Mills, right tackle, to future reserve contracts. Now, this is stemming off of other contracts we already signed to start the year, most of them being guys that were already on the team, a couple that weren't. Theo Benedict, Chris Glazer, John Jackson III, Carl Jones Jr., Jamrick Chroma, Austin Reed, Ricky Stromberg, Samari Torrey, and Joel Wilson. They were all signed to future reserve, and then we cut Royce Freeman, signed Jordan Murray. We brought you that video a couple weeks ago. Hasn't been any action on the Bears roster. Now, just as a reminder, these reserve future contracts, these are meant to solidify the 90-man roster. These are guys who are usually practice squad players or guys looking for another shot. You bring them in we're guaranteeing them you're going to be part of our 90-man roster. So we've signed them to a contract. It'll look like on your salary cap sheets, on your cap figures, that they're about $840,000. It's not accurate. That's why I tell you guys, in these salary cap figures, they're not right now. I'm also working on an entire breakdown of the entire salary cap. We're not going to know the whole salary cap figures until March, though, but I did the same thing last year. I will bring that to you guys when we get that. So as far as these guys go, first, Alex Cook. I'll move me to the side here for a second. Let me show you at the bottom here, though. He's only been a special team player in the season. So with Carolina, he had 110 total snaps on kick return and punt returns and on kickoff and coverage. Preseason were his safety stats, which is his position, and you can see very limited action, decent with the Giants in 23, and 24 with Carolina. Regressed a little bit. We'll see what he can put together in the future, though. These are not huge signings, okay? So I'm not trying to get anybody hyped up delusionally. These are not big signings that we should, break the bank over or be unrealistic about. But for Alex Cook, he was undrafted in 2023 NFL draft. He signed with the New York Giants. Did not make their 53-man roster, so as the 53-man roster cut down goes from 90 to 53, he was then signed to their practice squad. So they did like what they saw. On October 17th of 23, they signed him from the practice squad to their 53-man roster for the rest of the season. The next year, in 2024, he did not make the 53-man roster, and he signed to the Panthers practice squad. And then on December 3rd, 2024, the Panthers released him, and the Giants signed him to their practice squad in 2024. So the Bears signed him to the Futures Reserve contract this last week. So what I put in there about him, one replacing the other, you'll see here in a second. Joshua Mills, here's his season stuff. He was signed the Cardinals in 2019. I'll get to that in a second, but here's his season blocking stats. Very limited action. No pressures allowed, but only 7 opportunities on the pass blocking. So decent, but in the preseason has not looked as clean. 1 pressure given about every 15 to 20 snaps, which is not good enough. You don't want to have that be your standard. So this is a player that's trying to make his way onto the roster. So he was selected 248th overall in the 7th round of the 2019 draft by the Cardinals. He went through a couple injuries after a couple years, but he primarily was just a backup, and then he was signed to the practice squad by the Falcons after he was done with his tenure with the Giants. Then on October 17th of 2023, the Giants signed him from the practice squad to their 53-man roster. November 20th of 2003, he was released and re-signed to the practice squad. January 8th of 2024, he signed a future reserve contract with the Giants. 2024, he didn't make the roster, signed to the Giants practice squad. And now the Bears, in the same time that they signed Alex, signed both of them to their future reserve contract. So here's what I mean by one replaced the other. Look right here on this October 17th. The Panthers signed Alex Cook from the 53-man roster of the Giants. Okay, so you can take someone from their practice squad as long as you're going to have them on the 53-man roster for at least 4 games. So on October 17th, the Panthers did that. They signed him from the Giants, so they took him from the Giants. And in a corresponding move, when Alex got taken from the Giants to the Panthers, the Giants then called up Joshua Mills from their practice squad to their own 53-man roster. So he replaced him on their own roster. So kind of an interesting little tidbit. The other interesting thing here is that Alex Cook was teammates with Kyler Gordon. They were on the field at the same time. They were both starters in Washington for the Huskies. So that's kind of interesting as well. See if they reunite and have a little fun thing there as we get closer to the season. But quick hitter video just to give you guys an update, just to let you know what's going on with the Bears. We always try to give you every piece of information coming along. No, there's no defensive coordinator, no offensive coordinator, but those things should be anytime. Maybe by the time I put this out, after I've delayed forever, they'll finally have it. So we'll keep you updated as soon as we can. I do have the mock draft coming out tonight. I got lots coming up this weekend and through next week. So we're right in the thick of it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, Dub Bears and bear down.